Baker fam, what up? Coach Bartle back again. Another video. Told you I'm going to be better about this stuff. Hope you guys are ready. So here we go. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about 3 life lessons that every kid or every human can learn being underneath a bar. So when I say underneath a bar, I don't want you guys to get confused about anything. It really should be called 3 life lessons learned in a gym, but under the bar sounds a heck of a lot cooler, so we're going to go with that. Okay? Then I've learned so many things from being in a gym. I've been in a gym since I was 13 years old. And before that, it goes back because my dad actually owned a physical and occupational therapy clinic. He had a couple of them all across Whatcom County and some down in Skagit. So I've always been around like the rehab type thing. And then when I got old enough, and I went as a freshman in the C home, we had a weight room and we had a class called powerlifting, which was an all-encompassing class. Yes, we did the big 3 powerlifting. We squat, we bench, we dead. But we also did Olympic lifting variations, the power clean, the clean and jerk, and the snatch. A lot of box jumps, lots of other crazy things. The cool thing about the way that C home did it is they only let like 6 to 8 kids, incoming freshmen, into the class every single year, and it wasn't a class that you could apply for. You were chosen. You just showed up, and if it was on your class list, that's sweet. You got in, and I was one of those kids. It's nice having an older brother that was a legend at the school, and then come in, and then I become a bigger legend than he is. Sorry, Craig, but it's true. Anyways, so I've been in a gym since 13, 14 years old, and the lessons that I've learned and that I can share, I can't even recall them all, but we're going to start with 3 today, and we're going to go from there, okay? 3 life lessons that you can learn on the bar. Number 1, consistency equals growth. This goes, and this is true for pretty much anything in life. If you consistently do something, whatever it may be, whether it's playing sports, whether it's studying, whether it's lifting weights, whatever it is, if you make the habit of being consistent, you're going to grow as a human. Now, what's one thing that people always say in terms of become an expert in an activity? They say it's about 10,000 reps, right? And you can become an expert in the power clean or the squat. The more books people read, the more knowledge they can become. If they're consistent in their reading, their knowledge is going to continually to grow. If you're a woodworker or a metal fabricator and you consistently work on your craft, you're going to continually to get better and better and better. The same thing happens in the gym, right? If you're consistent and you hit that 3 days a week for, let's say, 48 weeks a year, that gives you 4 weeks out of the year where you don't have to do anything. What is that? 48 times 3, 48, 3, 24. Oh, what is that? 70-something sessions in a year? Maybe, I don't know. My math is wrong. But the point is if you show up consistently, not only are you going to be better at the movement patterns, you're going to get stronger. Your lean body mass is going to be better. You're going to perform better. But guess what? Teaching you consistently or to consistently come into the gym translates over to everything else in life because they're so correlated. If you consistently train, you're going to consistently get stronger. You consistently do your homework, you're going to consistently get smarter, which should translate into better grades. You consistently show up to work on time and perform, you're going to get recognized and you're going to get promoted. Okay? So if you can be consistent, maintain the habit of being consistent, you're going to grow a lot as a young person, as an old person. It really doesn't matter. These lessons, they're not age specific. These are for everybody. Okay? So if you are consistent, let's think of another one. I can't believe I haven't thought of this one or even said it. Sleep. If you're consistent with your sleeping patterns, do you think you're going to feel a lot better? Do you think you're going to recover a lot better? Think you're going to perform better? You're going to have that brain cognitive function. You're going to think at a whole other level. Bam! You're going to be super, super smart. Of course you are, because you're being consistent with it. Okay? Consistency is one of the main keys to being successful outside of everything that you do in life. Okay? It also a flip switch. If you consistently drive fast, guess what? You're going to get tickets. If you're consistently a jerk to people, you're going to have a really small social circle. But if you consistently drive the speed limit, you're not going to have a ticket. If you're consistently nice to people, people are going to want to be around you. They're going to be like, hey, I want to go hang out with that dude. He makes me laugh. He's cool to hang out with. We always do fun stuff. So as long as you're consistent, doesn't matter what you do, but as long as you're consistent with it, you're going to grow as a person, okay? So that's number one. Number two, being underneath the bar is going to teach you how to deal with adversity, because guess what's going to happen the first time I put a massive amount of weight on your back? It's going to be hard, okay? And you're coming down and you're getting smoked. I don't know if I can do this. What's going to happen to you? You're either going to fail or you're going to succeed, okay? But I don't even like to use the F word with the kids. I don't ever like to tell them that they fail. They don't fail. They learn, okay? So the more that you can put somebody in a situation to learn and become smarter and to adapt, that's just going to make them smarter on the long term, right? So when you're lifting weights and it gets heavy, you have two choices. You can push, you can grind, you can deal with that adversity, and when you finish, bam, you feel on top of the world. There's no better feeling than hitting a big PR. Okay, a little side note. When I was starting to go from small-time powerlifting competitions to lifting on the world stage to becoming ranked 11th overall in the world, I dealt with a lot of adversity. I had to deal with a lot of injuries. Okay, how do you deal with injuries? Do you sit off in the corner and whine and wait until you're medically cleared by some doctor? Or are you going to do other things to get your other body parts of your body ready? So, a little side story. I was working with one powerlifting coach, and my bench skyrocketed. I got it up to 515 pounds like that. 2.5 years, I was stuck at 515 pounds. 2.5 years. Think about how long that is. Think about how many training sessions I had. Think about how many reps I had. But there was just, I couldn't do it. I would get on the platform. I would open at 5:05 and 5:10 and just be like, bah! Put 5:15 on the bar, put 5:20 on the bar, come down, boom, stapled, crushed. I would go to these competitions in North Carolina, Ohio, all over the place. And I could squat these big numbers and deadlift these big numbers, but I just couldn't break that 515 pound barrier. And then I got a new coach. And the adversity was still there. I still couldn't do it. I was still trying. Nothing that we tried worked, but I was consistent. I was consistent in my pursuit of knowing that I could bench more than 515 pounds. Then one meet, boom, open at 5:05, smoke show, just like normal. We went to 560. It's a big jump. It's a 55-pound jump. I was nervous. I don't think I've ever been this nervous for a lift ever. Even when I stepped out onto the Arnold Sports Festival, the biggest powerlifting meets in the world. I walk out on stage for the squat, there's 2,000 people. I wasn't even that nervous then as I was to take this 560-pound bench. But I listened to my coach. He was right there. His speech to me before I went on the platform, he's like, you've worked 2.5 years for this. Go get that bench. Boom. Smoke show. Okay? So, you can learn from adversity, but you got to go through it. I shared an article the other day on Facebook, or the other week on Facebook, that said, parents, you need to let your kids fail. That's adversity. Okay? It's a learning opportunity for them. How do they handle adversity? Do they go this way? And do they not deal with it well? Do they compartmentalize it? Do they not talk? Do they get frustrated and say, dang it, Dad, Mom, I don't like this, I'm going to quit? Or do you have the other kid and you're going to be like, what do I got to do? I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to get better here. They're going to deal with that adversity, smash it right in the face. Okay? It's all learned under a bar. Okay? Putting weight on your back, doing stuff with a barbell or with weights, it teaches you adversity. How are you going to struggle? How are you going to deal with it? Are you going to learn? But most importantly, are you willing to learn? Okay? Last but not least for today, one of my favorite sayings, nothing is given, everything is earned. Okay? This should be spread out to life. This should be gospel pretty much everywhere. We've become a society where everybody feels entitled to everything. Oh, I get this. I deserve this. No, you don't deserve a dang thing. You got to earn everything that you want or everything that you think that you deserve. Same thing in the weight room. right? I have kids coming in that I know are not level 1 athletes. I know they're level 2 athletes. They don't have it yet. They don't have the strength. They don't have the proficiency in movement, so they don't get up. But guess what that creates? It creates adversity. How do they deal with that? Are they going to earn the right to level up? Or are they going to expect me, because they're a junior, to just make them go higher? Because that's not how it works in my program. Everything is earned. You got to put in the time. You want the job promotion at work? Do you show up late, or do you get there 5-10 minutes early? Do you leave work early, or do you stay a couple minutes late to get more work done? Okay? Do you have a good relationship with your spouse? Are you communicating? Do you go out? Do you have specific date nights? Because guess what? Love is also earned. Consistency, right? See, are you guys starting to see a pattern here? But if you get under a bar, you can learn all these things, and it all translates over into life. Okay? Nothing should be given to anybody. Everybody should have to earn everything. Okay? Think about a gymnast for a second. Do you think they can just do triple backflips on the floor routine? Heck no. They have to consistently train. They have to learn how to deal with the adversity of learning how to backflip. They're not given the triple backflip or the double backflip. It's earned. Okay? You want a back squat? You're going to have to earn it by going through body weight squats first. You're going to have to do it second by going through front squats. Then you get the back squat. You got to show proficiency in those two movement patterns. You got to show consistency. Can you continually show up to the weight room and put in the work? Can you deal with the adversity of being stuck on a level and your friends are above you? Can you handle the adversity of me loading weights in awkward positions? Are you going to learn? Are you going to take the time to learn? Are you going to put in the time to learn? Or are you just going to expect to be given everything? Because if you expect to be given when you walk into my gym, you're going to have a big surprise, because nothing is given, everything is earned. Just like in life and just like under the bar. You do these three things on a consistent basis, you're going to be an amazing human. You're going to be a successful human. But least important, you're going to be one hell of an athlete. You're going to be a great kid. And those are the type of kids that we want to work with. Those are the type of kids we want to shape. These are the type of things that we want to teach our kids. Be consistent with everything that you do. Face adversity head on, okay? What, you guys ever heard of this acronym of FEAR? There's two options with fear. Face everything and run, or face everything and rise. Okay, so what type of person are you? Are you the type of person to crumble under these things? Or are you going to earn everything? Are you going to face everything and rise? Because you know what? Those are the type of kids that we want. And we can shape all the other ones. It's going to be a little bit tougher, but we can do it. If we work together, I'm here to help support all of you in any way that I can. And this is my means. This is my method. This is how I teach my lessons. Because if you give me a kid that struggles in any sort of these, or any kid that struggles in any way, shape, or form, give them to me at the gym. Let me work some magic, because I can guarantee you the lessons they learn under the bar will reshape that kid. It'll reshape your student. It'll reshape how they think of life. They'll reshape their relationship with you as parents. Okay? That's it for today, guys. 3 lessons learned under the bar. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming, guys.